I wonder if that was technically sequence breaking. The now familiar light of the spire courses skyward, trailing off towards the horizon in the direction of Endrian's Well. You feel the ground beneath you fall away as you give in to the warmth of the energy surrounding you. The Aurora Spire in Gulfglow feels violent and unsettled, like it would claw itself from the earth if it had the strength. The stones, though clean, feel slick with blood. Something of the ritual and turmoil of the Sown Sea has warped this isolated place over the years. You feel energy well up from the ground and, with reckless enthusiasm, form a bond with Vendrian's Well. Feels good. Tastes like blood slicked on tongue. Feels like kith and killing and claws furrowing into flesh. Such savage power. Feels like rutting and howling in shadow of rough stone. Is it me? Or is the magical field of the spire in motion, churning? This place seems to come alive to your presence, just like the mountain spire did. Only here, instead of a constant arcane hum, it's more of an intermittent scrape and shout. It's a steady hum, but an erratic choir? Isn't a steady hum, but an erratic choir. Waterfall, maybe. All I know for sure is that one of these days I'm going to write a treatise on the spires that'll be the envy of, well, the handful of sages still left. It's incredibly unnerving. Does anyone feel like they're about to tip over? Why does the floor seem to be rocking? There we go. Your power has increased. Whey! Training grounds, forge, on infirmary. Ooh, I think it's got to be the forge. I think it has to be the forge. But we've got the library, and we've got, I guess, the regular mountain spire. So, infirmary would allow us to heal and maybe even allow us to become better, stronger. The training grounds almost certainly is about becoming better, but the forge would allow us to create. Who knows what we could create with it? I mean, we've already unlocked some recipes. I think the forge, really. So we're going to go with that. Forge. The forge upgrade allows you to improve weapons and armor, and improve them, and forge powerful new items. Once built, resting in any spire grants a bonus to armor, parry, and dodge. Training grounds. Directing the training grounds allows you to recruit all the finest skill trainees in the tiers. Once built, resting in any spire grants a bonus to accuracy, athletics, and subterfuge, and infirmary. The infirmary allows you to brew potions and other consumables. Once built, resting in any spire grants a bonus to endurance, will, and magic defense. I think it's going to be the forge. We all know you are one with you are with the Mechanicus. Of course, it's the forge. Yeah, yeah. There's no hiding it. Building the forge. Are you sure you want to build this upgrade on the spire? This action cannot be cancelled. Yes. Hopefully it's just like erupting with energies now. Just come up with just... Oh, that's fantastic. Look at that heat. Oh, that is beautiful. It's everything I'd hoped it would be. I approve so much. Welcome to your forge, Fatebinder.
Wait a second, I found something.
Haha. Well done. Let me go and have look at that. Okay. Ardent bronze sword. I'll take it. Right. Let's have a look around, shall we?
Was there.
Okay. We've got this. What's that? 10 iron ingots. I take those too. What else have we got? I mean, this is all my stuff, so it's fine. We're just smelting down iron. And... Oh. Bronze. Iron. So what are we smelting here? Whatever it is, we're mixing it. Now, call me old-fashioned, but I don't think mixing iron and bronze is necessarily going to make anything useful. A small village rests on the precipice of a crystal-ridden canyon. Oh, I don't think I noticed things that we could look at. The impressive size of the cliffs and deep crevices is enhanced when looking across the whole of the region. Smiths. Oh, this is glorious. Truly glorious. And we've got Sigil of Piercing. I approve. Okay, Sigil of Piercing. Scroll contains a magical accent which causes a distant impact spell to pierce through its targets in a line. I like it so much. Well, this is like rubbish compared to my other weapons. But, I mean, you know, it's not a bad weapon. Ardent Bronze Sword. Let's pop it in. Let's pop it in there. Now, that was actually pretty nice. Hey, Yoshilab. How are you doing? We just unlocked a new Spire. And now we can hire new peeps. A skilled trainer who teaches control fire, control frost, control lightning, and control vigor. A merchant who specializes in metal armors. Master trainer who control vigor and control stone. A smith who provides bronze ingots to upgrade weapons and armor and to forge powerful items. Praxis, master of smelting. A smith who provides iron ingots to upgrade weapons and armor and forge powerful items. And Tamarin, a merchant who specializes in unique weapons. All of these things are things I want. Every single one. Let's have a quick look at what we just unlocked. It is... Ooh. Right, so that's distant impact and also material force and guarded form. Territus and lightning spells to deal more damage to targets with low health and severe damage to those almost defeated. We've got this one, guarded form spells to reduce the damage a target takes from critical strikes. Can we make guarded form? Well, that's polished arms. I don't know how to get guarded form. I don't think we've got that right now. But if we wanted to have this and then pride plus 6 armor penetration by attacks. Now that is getting very nice. Very nice indeed. But this is for one person. I can't imagine that this... How can I have a radius on this, though? I need to test. I really need to test this, okay? Let's just accept that this is something I need to test. Because it is. I'm not adding this in. We're adding this. I need to know if I can use Pride, accent that causes material force and guarded form spells to now only affect you, but become more powerful and last longer. If I can do that with a radius, does that circumvent the whole idea of it only affecting you? Because if so, that's silly. Kind of hope it works that way. Wow, 42% fire damage though. That is just ridiculous. Let's assign this over this. There we go, yes. Everyone together now. By everyone together, I mean really close. Group hug time.
Yep.
Oh, see? You get it, Kills in Shadow. Of course you would.
At once.
Right. It does seem to affect both of us. Oh, I can only cast it on myself. Ah. It may be that I can only cast it on myself, but if I can get you just a little bit closer. Can I move closer? No, as in right on top. Right there. Come on. There we go. Now, can I affect this on both of us? No. No, it does not. Okay, you can't cheat the system. You cannot cheat the system there. Good to know. Super good to know. Distant. See, that's so good. Just being able to cause this to hit a bunch of people in a line. Because potentially you could hit a lot of people that way. Nevertheless, I do want something that will give me massive penetration with my weapons here, because I don't have high penetration. I'm hoping that Lantry's buff will stack with this buff to give very high armor penetration. Because that would be glorious. And we don't need to worry about other things. So I can just plus 8.4. Already giving me 67 seconds. I could... No, I can't, unfortunately. Okay. And range doesn't matter. So, sure. I'm going to give myself this ability. There we go. We'll see how that goes. I had to try it. I had to try it. Right, let's have a little chat with the Masters of the Forge then, shall we? Well, actually, first I'm going to check out the Forge. What can I do? Forge, select a weapon or armor from your inventory to upgrade. Can I upgrade this? Forge recruits needed 3, but I could upgrade it. Quarter from superior to exquisite. Renown tier 1, nullifying... Okay. Costs a lot to do, but you can just straight up upgrade things. Can I upgrade this? Ah, that's a shame. Can I upgrade this? Yep, I could. Could I upgrade this? No. It's already the highest tier, I guess. Still, it's good to know that I could upgrade certain items. Forge recruits needed 1. Okay. But that's really cool to see that you can just straight up upgrade things. Kills in Shadow, what about Tempest? Would go up to Masterwork. Wow. Look at the cost, though. But that is a very nice increase. Armor penetration then of 7. Alright. So we can straight up upgrade a bunch of things. Cool to know. I was sick on myself the first time I used the teleporter. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Thank you for sharing that with me. Hello, Master of Smiths. Okay. Greetings, Fatebinder. How may I help you? I want you to forge something for me. I found reference to a dagger called Heart's Blood. What can you tell me about it? Found this hilt in the old walls. What can you tell me about it? Tell me about the forge. Yeah, tell me about the forge. Let's learn about that first. He gestures at the nearby anvils. If you want to upgrade your weapons and armor, you can use any of the anvils. It should be simple enough if you've got the materials. If you need something that requires a master smith, like forging a one-of-the-kind item, come talk to me and I'll see what I can do. I found this hilt in the old walls. That looks like the hilt of Sentinel, one of the finest swords the Forge Bound ever made. With this, I could recreate it if you want. Okay. I found reference to a dagger called Heart's Blood. Heart's Blood? Really? Let me see that book. He looks at it. This is incredible. Unfortunately, the information in the book isn't sufficient for me to recreate it. If you were able to give me more information on it, I could probably make it for you. Okay. Can you forge something for me? Certainly, Fatebinder. Alright. New Spire Forge plan available. Sentinel can be created with access to a Spire Forge. Upgrade and proper materials. Okay, a new library research available. You can research Heart's Blood if you have access to a library. Okay, this looks amazing. Got a couple of artifacts. Alchemist's Gloves. Not enough money for this one. It's fine. The leather padding around these gloves is dotted with sewn pockets containing herbs, lozenges, and packets of powder commonly found in healing remedies. Gloves like these were originally designed centuries ago by the Archon of Humors, an accomplished magician known in his day for destabilizing the balance of liquids in his enemies. With a flick of his wrist, he would cause internal hemorrhaging, mood adjustment, and unforgettable bowel disruption. Wow! It has to be particularly disrupted if it's unforgettable. Whole battles were won by his spellcasting, which left enemy combatants clutching their guts and leaking uncontrollably. Oh my lord. From both ends, no doubt. When there wasn't an uprising to quell, the Archon made use of his time improving upon accepted healing techniques. He even invented several of the practices commonly found today. Leeching and the siphoning of fluids came from his influence, and herbs, long avoided as poisons, were repurposed for purging solutions. Many of his lesser-known advancements in the healing art are of questionable validity and should be used with caution. Okay. Leaking, though. Leaking. Plus 20 control life. Gloves of biological warfare. Yeah, that pretty much sounds right. Orb of life. Launch an orb of healing energy at a location. On impact, the orb creates a zone of restorative energy that will periodically heal any party member within the area. The amount of healing scales with the alchemist's gloves renown. Requirements: 1 iron ring. I've not even had an iron ring yet. But okay. Commander's Plate. This bronze armor is inspired by the garb of the great northern warlords who initially opposed the dominion of Kairos. The value of this armor cannot measure up to the actual breastplates of the true warlords, as the wealth of entire realms went into their elaborate forging. Since those deserving of such pieces were few and far between, the old kings and queens of the north were happy to spoil their generals with trappings that required the craft of whole civilizations to assemble. From the complex and intricate metallurgy of the bejeweled fittings and enchantments tailored for the much celebrated wearer. In spite of expenditure of effort and resources, such armor was never handed down the family line, as would be tradition today. The warlord's remains were recovered by the home nation. The armor would be ceremonially melted down and destroyed. During the overlord's conquest of the north, enough such champions died far from home that the knowledge of their armor eventually made its way to the forge-bound. You recognize engravings in the pauldrons as fragments of ancient battle poetry, their full relevance lost along with their language of origin. Whether or not this measures up to the original design, it should be worn with pride. Heavy armor. Recovery of 1 second. Armor of 6. Authority. Modifies apply the lash, will of command, call to battle, resurgence, and undying. And redeploy. Instantly swap positions with the companion. Both you and the ally receive a bonus to vitality and finesse until the end of combat. That just doesn't sound that amazing, really. Nice guy, thank you very much for the cheer there. Woohoo! An Aavak stream while I'm home. While you're homesick or while you're homesick? If you're sick, I hope it passes quickly, and if I guess if you're homesick, I hope it passes quickly too, by going home. Headhunter. The design of this blade was inspired by an isolated tribe of northern cannibals. Wow. How lovely. Elegance is a spear. Sigil of emotion. Oh, nice. Enchanted cloth slippers. Finesse. Magic defense. Locked iron gauntlets. Immunity to disarmed. Nightwalker's boots. These dark and supple boots are made from the hide of a powerful beastman hunter. Some of what the beast possessed in life endures in death, which has been augmented by runes pertaining to the Archon of Shadows. Oh, in addition to Bledenmark's name, less recognizable sigils seem to glow with power, though fall short of disrupting the darkness. One familiar rune corresponds to the name of the Archon of Shadows, who was a purported beast woman herself. A peerless stalker and trapper who eschewed human civilization and lived for untold centuries. It was said that she moved from one wilderness to the next, working her way through the local prey until she was the uncontested alpha, and would then move on, intent on becoming the dominion over all nature. Whether Kairos proved her wrong, or she still lurks in the wilderness, is a matter of speculation. Tracking, plus 10% perception distance, plus 2 trap detection. Oh, okay. Shadow Strike. Teleport behind an enemy and attack, dealing significant bonus damage. Damage increases with the Night Walker Boots renown. I would need Hound's Hide Mantle. Okay. Pride of the Forgotten. Survivor. Minus 50% all damage taken while health is below 35%. Sentinel. Fighters who live to an advanced age will adopt swords like Sentinel early in their career. Vigilant. Plus 5% health while has wounds every 6 seconds. Oh, wow. So if you've got wounds, it'll give you plus 5% health. Silken Gloves. Some finesse. Simplicity. Plus 5 to all magic skills. That's actually not bad. Sorcerer's Blade. Control Atrophy. And Control Gravelight. Ooh. This blade was designed by bloodthirsty mages who wanted additional methods of visiting chaos and entropy upon their foes. Surefoot Scale Greaves. Immunity to Hobbled. Thieves Bravado. Plus 50 parry while health below 35%. Twice Forged Bronze Shirt. Special care has gone into these bronze plates to make them lighter without compromising their dependability. Okay. And Zeal. Daggers like this are rewarded to Kairos assassins for exemplary performance and enthusiasm serving the Empire. Plus 1 quickness. Now that's actually quite nice. But yes, I absolutely want this. Whether I will get it, though, is another matter entirely. The Alchemist's Gloves. Also quite nice. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. Sounds pretty amazing. Barak, how are you doing? How do you feel being in this forge?
You look as if you have something on your mind.
Oh.
By all means.
Places his weapon to the side. Barak salutes you. The joints of his armor grow.
What can I do for you?
Can I move about this here? Let's discuss some immediate concerns. We should talk about connecting with those. No, we'll talk later. I was just checking to see if you had anything unique to say, because you were in a forge. I felt that there was a small chance that might happen. Let's have a chat with Ab. Ab nods at your approach and offers a curt bow.
What is it you need?
Nothing more to say. What about verse? Honestly, it's quite nice just to see how they greet me.
At your service, Fatebinder.
Bows with an added flourish.
What do you need?
Okay. Something about yourself. How is it that you picked up Fallen Sister's weapon skills? I would like to discuss your apparent connection with Barak. No, we're good for now. Right, okay. Done and done. The spires that we have. Edicts. Select a region to view information about its current edict. There are no edicts in this region. None in there. Edict of Stone. In the last year of Kairos conquest, when the Archon King rebelled against the Overlord's rule, an edict was proclaimed upon the realm of Azure. To preserve our peace, the promise of safety to our citizens, all Archons must submit to our will. Any Archon who refuses proper submission must be brought to justice. Therefore, let the foundations of Azure be shattered, and life drained from the land while the traitor Cairn draws breath. So I guess Cairn must be alive. And if Cairn were to stop being alive, then the Stone Sea would go back to normal? But what would that necessarily mean? Because if the Stone Sea went back to normal, the life would return to land. I guess it would be more habitable for people. Because people, there were cities here that just got torn apart. But the Stonestalkers seem to be doing okay for themselves. We've got 2 no items over here. Researching the Silent Archive, researching artifacts. Fair enough. Got a lot of people over there. Control Force, Control Stone. Subterfuge and the use of the magic staff. Control Fire, Control Emotions, Force, use magic staff, Stone. Control Gravelight, Control Illusions. Collection of magical scrolls. Also got over here. Skill training, 100 weapon, 200 weapon, dodge and athletics. Dual wield. And here. I mean, metal armor doesn't really sound that good to me. You sound very good to me, though. But I kind of need to visit a merchant at some point. I do. Huh. Well, I'm not going to use up my cash just yet because I've got maintenance to pay soon. Power is 1,125. That's filling up quite nicely, I must confess. Okay, well, I think it's time for us to move on out. Where to? As anyone's guess. Any cost. Now that you've recovered the Azure shield, you need to update Blood and Mark at Ashworld. Okay. We can do this. We're going to call Old Walls. Should I go back through? Yeah, let's go back through and just speak to peeps. Thinking about it, I should have actually gone through the Spire itself. So I'm going to do that just so I can speak with our Beastwoman friend. If indeed I can. Okay, nothing more to say. Fair enough. Now, is there anything more for us to do here? Is the big question. Can't talk with you, can't talk with any of you really. Okay, well, we need to find out if there's anyone around that I can talk with. Basilium. Oh. They won't listen to reason, what else can we do? I will have the Azure specimens I need one way or another. I kind of feel like I should have possibly killed them all at this point. I do need to go down here, but I can use the Spire to make that trip. Actually, if we go to Mountain Spire then, we can quickly have a look at a couple of the bits and bobs around here before we head on out to speak with Bled and Mark. I would like to trade. I've got a lot of random junk that I need to divest myself of. I've also got a bed over there. It burns with embers that give off ethereal glow. Looking into the flame, you feel you can see glimpses of distorted faces. Oh, I may actually be able to interact with the Spire in some way as well. Vendering Guard Wrath 3. Yes? You want something from me? He holds his arms impatiently. Show me what you have for sale. You made anything for me lately? Sure did. Come right here and I'll show you. Okay. Well, don't really need it, but I want to trade with you, yes. I mean, you got a lot of nice stuff there. Sure, Fatebinder's shield and things like that, but ooh. Sigil of Phasing. Directed Force, Material Force, Proximate Action. I think we've got most of these. Already known. Already known. Don't know that one, though. And want to. Okay, let's go through my private stash and sell some of this junk. Value, high to low. Tearsman Spine Bow. I'm not using it. Diamonds can definitely be sold. But the question is, really, when you think about it, do I want to keep these items? Am I going to need diamonds for anything? You know what? I don't know. So I'm going to keep it just in case. Sage's Hood can go. Bronze Brotherhood Braces. Don't need these. Like at all, actually. Iron Armor can sell. Nobleman's Braces. The armor is the one I least care about. If anyone in chat happens to know for certain whether I'm going to need certain things, then please do let me know. Like if I need to keep hold of like agates and stuff like that. Is there a vendor trash tab? Consumables, armor, weapons, quest items, Spire. I guess, yeah. Okay. I'm going to assume there is pretty much just stuff I can vendor then. We're already up to 1 iron ring, which I like a lot. Bent bronze daggers, shattered iron, rusted iron sword, bent bronze sword. Making it more a threat to its will than its target. This blade can be sold to a merchant as spare parts. Sold to a merchant as spare parts. Just the agates can go. Spare parts. Yeah, it looks like all of this is stuff that I can just sell. Garnets. Bloodstones. Opals. Aquamarines. This is where we discover that actually I needed a bunch of these amazing items and I've sold them all. And I cry a little bit. Moonstones. Pills. And sapphires. There we go. I think that would probably be... Oh, we'll get rid of all of this junk as well. There we go. It's here, we don't care for it. It's time to make some cash and clear out my inventory of just all of the random mods and swords that I'm just not going to use forever. I would very much like to take the phasing accent and directed force expressions. Got all of these, so that's fine. Yep, trade. Oh, and also, I guess, the Earthshaker hood. Yeah, I moved character unique armors across simply because they don't seem to benefit anymore. Like versus headdress, I don't think she's ever going to wear it at this point. There are some things that I've kept, but let me see. There may be some sort of buyback, I guess, or something along those lines, but it just didn't seem like there was much point in doing it. In keeping them, rather. Have a look through. Sage's Hood. Scholar's Robe. Tidecaster Garments. Only Ebb can wear. Only Lantry can equip. Only Verse can equip. Any others? Only Lantry can equip these. Only Lantry. Only Sirin. Only Sirin. Only Ebb. Only Ebb. I mean, I can keep hold of them if chat feels that there is something of particular value in me just holding tight to these things, because I was holding on to them for a long time, so I guess it's not so terrible if I keep them now. But yeah, it definitely is starting to feel like, yeah, this is not really required. I think that's about it. Sure, I'll just buy it back then. I mean, you could upgrade it, but it might take a long time to upgrade it to anything worth having. That said, there's no particular... There's nothing that particularly says that these items are... that I'm ever going to have, like, artifact items to give to everyone. I'll pop them all down there. We're still a lot more wealthy than we were before. Right, okay. This scroll contains a magical expression which is used in spells that travel forward in a path, affecting multiple targets. Okay. Learn. And this one, magical accent which causes a Taratus or illusion spell to leave a target in stasis. Learn this one. There we go. Now then, let's have a quick look. So, sigil phasing. That'll be an interesting one to check out. And also, expression used to create spells that travel forward in a path, affecting multiple targets. I like. Well, let's have a look at illusion first. And indeed, let's have a look at directed force. Mischievous mass. Conjure a wave of illusionary chaos. Enemies caught in the effect have their worst fears manifest, blinding, confusing, and frightening them. Conjure a wave of illusion. Okay, well, what's it do? Frightened. Will reduced by 30%. Blinded affliction. Accuracy reduced by 30 and confused. Target wanders aimlessly. Nice. Recovery, 2.6 total. And we could add this. 100-point stasis shield for 12 seconds. What is a stasis shield? I guess just suspend them, I suppose. Really, I could have this bounce around. Foe line versus will. For 12 meters. And then it would bounce to someone else. For 5 meters. My goodness, that's ridiculous. That's just dumb. And glorious at the same time. You even add an interrupt if you really wanted to. We've got the Sarlacc pit over here, which is great. It's truly wonderful, really it is. But this just makes them prone. It has an AoE, but it just makes them prone for a bit. This one would hit 2 people guaranteed, and possibly multiple people beyond that. This one has a radius of, where is it? 2 meters? I'm not sure on that one. Oh, sir, thank you so much. Hi, Aavak. I've been watching your videos on YouTube for 4 years now, and I just wanted you to know I've enjoyed every moment. Stay dapper. Thank you so much. That was an incredibly kind tip. Thank you. My goodness. Please put plenty of love in chat for Sora. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I'm probably not. S-O-E-R, I think. Having to peer over my microphone there. That's incredibly, incredibly kind. I really like the idea of this weapon. Like, I super like it. Do I like it more than prone for 5 seconds? I mean, causing them to wander around aimlessly for 8.7 seconds, not be able to hit things for 10 seconds, and to be just bloody scared. Bloody scared, and also really bad at hitting things for 17 seconds, and bleeding for 10 seconds. I mean, it's really nice. Sir Alasol, thank you so much for gifting a sub to William Dragonheart there. That's very kind of you as well. Sarlacc not pit. I think we're going to go with Mischievous Mass. That just looks amazing. This is cool. But yeah, I think it has to happen. And we want to make them bleed. And we also want to make it bounce. So, update. Mischievous Mass. Bonk. There we go. Sarlacc Swarm? Or Sarlacc Wave? Maybe. Let's have a look at a couple of the other things that we can do with that now. Can't do that one. Can do this one. Ball Lightning. Area of effect, damage 16 to 20. So, bounce 2 times the foes. So, realistically, I could hit 6 foes with this. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And causes more damage as well. Foe line up to 50 damage based on missing health. Or just, make him bleed. I will electrify you so hard you just start gushing blood. Maybe. But right now I'm just experimenting. I just want to see what they can all do. Path of Frost. Leads to a jagged line of frozen spikes that jet forth, freezing enemies in their path. Ooh, Frozen Affliction. Movement speed reduced by 3. Animation speed reduced by 70%. Crush armor reduced by 5. That's actually quite nice. That's very nice. Force. Can't have that. That's a bit of a shame. Can't use this one. What about fire then? Fire can be so many things. Twisting Flame. Direct an entwined wave of flame across the battlefield. Each enemy caught in the flame's path takes fire damage and is left burning. Okay. So it's foe line mage fire. Causes burn damage over time. That's very nice. There's a 10-meter range. And once again, you can just have it bounce if you really wanted it to. But honestly, for me, I think going with an electric one is particularly glorious. I can't completely set that up right because I lack just a little bit. But, oh well. Still quite wonderful, considering how many times it bounces. I want you to assign that there. Yes. We're getting some really nice spells now. Some really, really nice spells. Phasing. Unravel Minds. I mean, it doesn't really matter what it does. Distant Impact, really. If I want to just take someone out of the fight, I could use that. And if I do something along these lines, well, actually, I can't quite fit that in, but yeah, Spectral Blur, Unravel Minds, False Pit. That one's marvelous. This one, Daze Affliction and Stun Affliction. I think actually going for this one, so I can just take out a particularly difficult enemy, would be very nice. And it's already got an AoE. Don't really need an AoE on it. Specifically. Having it bounce, that would be probably not a good move to have. I don't want it to bounce. Nor do I really want it to be a false pit, really, when you think about it. Because it would affect so many people, but... You could hit quite a few people with a line, but I guess it'll have to be false pit. Generally speaking, I can probably avoid it affecting more people than I really wanted it to. But yeah, I could basically take someone out of the fight for 16.8 seconds. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I'd be able to keep them out of the fight for half the time that it takes me to use the spell. Yeah. We're going to use that over Unravel Minds. I probably need to rename it, though, honestly. So let's go with Timeout. Yeah, I need to update this one. Okay, I can't put that one in there, apparently, which is kind of annoying. Right, now with this one, there we go, 70, and I want that one very much a lot of time, and go with Timeout there. Fine. Wants me to do this in a stupidly specific way. Okay. That'll do. There we go. I can tell them apart a little bit easier this way. Carbonite bath. Well, yeah, in a way. Right, let's have a look at this. Do I have anything new? Your influence spans even further, and you can almost hear the whispers of 1,000 voices echoing through the resonator. If you concentrate, it would appear you can begin the same trance that showed you glimpses of the previous spire. Touch the resonator and concentrate. So, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub as well. That's incredibly kind of you, mate. Super kind of you. Right, let's see what this does. Your finger touches the stone and the resonator, and you are almost instantly assaulted with the rhythmic baritone thud and the sound of rushing fluids. By the third beat, the sound is unmistakably your pulse, and as your heart quickens at this realization, so does the sound. A mystic jolt runs from your finger through your spine, and in that instant you gain an intuition of the sculpture, a sense that it stands, listening, awaiting your commands. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Curious that I can command the Spire to do something like that. No, I'm going to tell it to show me more. Sizzling heat races down your arm and your feet feel for a moment to be hovering just above the stone floor of the Spire. The sensation is oddly familiar, harkening back to the moment you broke Kairos' Edict of Execution. As this old pain ripples through your body, the waves of pain extend beyond the length, width, and breadth of your form, until the sensation is running down the spire, its masonry, an extension of your spine. Right, I've just noticed Tilly out of the corner of my eye, stalking up towards my desk, so she wants to be let out. I'll be right back. Come on, sweetie. Oh, you're a good girl, aren't you? Where'd she go? Actually, you got food? There we go. Command the Spire. Teach me all the magic. I wish. Inflict woe and ruination on my enemies. Now that one, I don't know. With great power comes great responsibility, I feel. And I'm a little bit scared of that. I'm not sure who it would attack. Who are my enemies at this stage in the game? I'm dubious about this. I feel that might be pushing my luck a bit. Do you even know who your enemies are? This is the thing. I don't know. I'm going to step away from the sculpture. At least I'm thinking about it. Now, actually, there's two ways that this could work. This could command the Spire to do something. And all of a sudden, huge chunks of the tears just crumble away. Or the Spire could give me insight into magic that would enable me to deal with my enemies. Based on that realization, I'm going to click it. Tonk! You issued the command, but the Spire is either not listening or simply not responding. Okay, that's fine. I'm almost relieved. I'll be honest with you. Almost relieved. I want everyone to sleep. Oh, ooh, Aavak and an RPG stream. What a lovely surprise. Hello. Yes, I would like to rest for 8 hours. Nighttime. What an awesome time to go and meet Bled and Mark. Could there be a better time than this? I think not. Mind you, it's going to take me 2 days and 21 hours, so it's not going to be night by the time I get there, is it? No. Damn it. Dunk. Oh, actually, never mind. It's always nighttime when you come to see Bled and Mark. When you step forward in anticipation of Mark's arrival, you notice that your shadow doesn't step with you. Instead, it slithers and slides along the ground, rising slowly, filling and taking shape until the Archon stands whole before you. His golden eyes rove you up and down, seeming to burn right through you as he assesses your newfound power.
So, you found the Azure shield. You're now the inheritor of one of the tier's most prized relics. Assuming you remember half of what I've taught you, there should be a few left in the tiers that could best you in a duel.
Good to know.
But just to be safe, let's give it a quick test, shall we?
Raise your shield. I've gained renown with the Azure shield. He darts for you, daggers drawn, covering the distance faster than should be humanly possible. He pops from shadow to shadow around you deftly without uttering a sound before striking at last for your back. But having anticipated, no, lured, the angle of his slash, you're easily able to wrench the shield around in time, deflecting the edge of his blade with a loud screech. A sort of assuredness fills you in response, warm and heavy magic from the relic, and you know without a shadow of doubt that so long as you hold to your defense, he won't be able to touch you.
Impressive. You're faster now than when we last fought.
When did we last fight? Well, most Fatebinders glean their proficiency in combat through extended training with the Fatebinder of Balance, Callio. You were one of the few recruits of your year, promising enough. Oh. So Mark and I have a history, I see. So undergo additional, more intensive tutelage under Mark. Of your 5-person, wholly immersive survivor class, you were the only one to crawl away with both your life and... Okay, I need to bring that up a little bit. Both your life and limbs still intact. Now that is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay, I was kind of going through this, assuming that Mark was someone I knew, because of, obviously being a member of Tunon's court, but not really interacted with much. But that is very, very interesting. I like it. That's actually pretty cool. I put it down to my Beastman heritage. Wholly immersive survivor class. Yeah, that does sound, pretty intense, actually. He shadow walks, or rather runs. He lunges, he pops, jabs, and sifts and stabs for several more attempted attacks. At last, yielding, he slinks back.
Well, that was fun, but that's enough for now. We have other matters to discuss.
Indeed we do.
Do not forget, the Dauntless remains to be claimed in the Blade Grave.
I know the regions of Stalwart hold many relics. Perhaps I should look in the Blade Grave.
A wise place to start your search. The bronze blade, known as the Dauntless, was the finest weapon in all of Stalwart. Though the blade was born for the battlefield and claimed many disfavored lives, it's since gone missing. Last seen during the spat at Sentinel's stand.
Okay.
I will see to it that the disfavored patrols are reduced or led astray, so that you might travel through the Blade Grave.
I appreciate that.
When you're ready, meet me here once more. We'll discuss what's next.
The few patches of colour on the Archon begin to darken, as the edges of his form ripple and blur, diffusing into an intangible blackness. I'll say farewell. The Archon dissolves into the shadows. Well. At any cost, return to Mark. I really do like these meetings with Mark. Okay, find a way to the Ocean Spire in the Blade Grave. And new quest, Undaunted. Now, You've learned that one of the spires is located in the Howling Rock. You've learned the way to the Dawning Spire from 100 Blood. See, I could hit both of these spires and then go on to Blade. I think I'm going to do the Dawning Spire first before going to the Ocean Spire. I came to Bladden because I don't like leaving the guy waiting. He's been very good to me. But I'm going to do this one first so that when we come back next, we'll have 5 spires. Imagine how awesome that's going to be. Investigate Sentinel and Stand. Dauntless was last seen at the Fortress of Sentinel and Stand. Travel there to see if you can find any trace of the artifact.